Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, seekers of truth, and sojourners of truth. This is it. This is the fourth and final wave of the light grid activation into the 5D consciousness. So, of course, I'm reporting to you live from the 5D consciousness. This is Aquila Textry. I am conscious chakra, and as you know, I transmute energy through consciousness. But right now, I'm here to talk to you about the light grid activation. So, for those who are willing and ready light bodies, I'm speaking to my light warriors, especially the light warriors that have risen to the occasion from the third wave, and we have met up with our soul tribes and our soul families, and we have activated the social interconnectivity by putting up our 5D towers. They're all erected now. All of the power lighthouses, where you at? You're all up right now. So this is a time where, I don't know if you can hear my birds, but the birds are speaking right now. The animals have really been frisky today. It's like they've been on me to go out and make this call. And I wasn't sure, but Mother Nature says so. The divine says so. So I'm answering. I'm being obedient. Are you going to be obedient? So with this said, this light grid, since the third wave, has been set up in a way that, because of the towers, let me just explain this to you now for those who may not know. Let me go, but let me pull it back. Let me go back. So just in case those who may be seeing this for the first time don't know nothing about light grid activation, don't know nothing about 5D, what the heck is she talking about? Okay, let me go through a brief little explanation. So on 2222 February 22nd, 2022, all those twos, that was the Pluto return. That was our declaration of independence for the 5D consciousness, or as I like to call it, the declaration of sovereignty. Because ain't nothing, we're not independent, we're interdependent. But it's about our sovereignty, our sovereign right, our sovereign beings sovereign beings that we are. So that culminated that. So that was our independence, our declaration of independence, and that began the waves. I didn't know waves were going to come out of this, but as the downloads kept coming, it turns out we were in our first wave, and a second wave came right behind that with the manifestations of the new moon. So it was like a double wave, and it had us working out. We're manifesting, hence why the manifestations is when we do the waves, is because we're manifesting the 5D consciousness. Now, as I explained, there's no one that's going to bring 5D to us. There's no body of government, no country, no nothing. This is a time where it's time for the new earth, which means no borders without borders, no nations without nations, no walls without walls. We are all one in this new love frequency. That is what the 5D frequency is about. Fifth density of light has been kicked up. Mother Earth has cranked up her frequency, and the fifth density of light is being poured in, whether we are ready or not. Ready or not, here we come, is what she's saying. So it's either you're there or you're not. And the light workers have been doing their work. Light warriors especially, because we have way more light workers than light warriors. And I explained that in another video, so you'll be able to see that in one of the videos where I'm talking about, I believe it's called The Light Warriors Have Risen. So you'll be able to see where there I am. Excuse me if you hear something ringing, because I don't know how to turn it off, and I'm just going to keep going. So this is where the light warriors have risen and done their work. So look into that, and I'll be able to explain the difference between, I explain in there the difference between the light workers and the light warriors. So with that said, what has happened is that now we have, speak to me, spirit, bring it back. Now we have raised the grid, raised the light grid. We've activated the light grid from the first and second wave. The second wave was about people setting, the stones have been set. So the communities, the people that have pioneered the communities have kind of set the stones, set the foundations to begin opening the doorway, to begin creating space and holding space for our soul tribes that were to come together for the third wave. And that is what happened in the third wave. So with each wave, each manifestation, we were able to solidify something more deeper. Speaking of solidify, this is what the blue jays represent, and I see nothing but blue jays all the time in my backyard, and that's something that they represent, faith and solidifying things. So we have solidified the 5D consciousness. So that's what I was saying. No one's going to bring it to you. We are the ones that are bringing in 5D. We are manifesting it, each of us individually. And as we find our soul tribes, we come together collectively, and hence how we manifested and activated social interconnectivity after the third wave. So many 5D powerhouse lighthouse towers have gone up. And so now here comes the fourth wave, and this is the fourth and final wave, guys. I do not know when the next wave is going to be. So if you do not get in now, and there's going to be a sealing, there's going to be an energetic seal at the end of this, and I'll let you know at the end of this what that looks like. I will report that 5D information to you, because I don't know until we have finished doing the work. This is just the beginning. So this is to call out to all my light bodies out there who have, this is me turning up the power lighthouse and sending out the signals to all of you out there who are in an isolated place, maybe in a remote place. If you may not be far away, but you may feel isolated. If you are around people who just don't get you and don't get what you see, and you're ready, you keep feeling that tug and that pull, and you're like, I'm ready right now, right now, right now. Where's my soul tribe family? I've been looking for y'all. This is one of the calls. I'm just the alarm. I'm calling you out. You don't have to join my group. You can find your own group or create a group. This is what I'm being told to really reiterate to people out there that are feeling this pull. Please do something, because after this is, like I said, when Noah's Ark, when the door was shut, that was it, and no man could open it. So there are some things that I spoke about. You can watch that in another video, but there are some things that are going to be coming up in June, and this is why this is the final wave. It's one of the reason. It also kind of aligns up with the energy in the cosmos, but that's a whole nother thing. There's a reason why this is kind of the last, because simply the easiest way I can explain it to you is with the last manifestations, which included the new moon manifestation. Usually within that window, we would have the new moon manifestation and a portal, meaning the 3-3 portal, the 4-4 portal, the 5-5 portal. Remember, repetitive numbers are usually portals in that time of the month. So this is the last one that is within the window of the new moon and the 5-5 portal. After that, it's far apart. It stretches, and they're not in the window together. So that is one way how I read it, how it has been shown to me that that's it. Not only that, I've been shown that we are on a 90-day countdown from March all the way to June. So again, that's another confirmation that in June, there's something that is going to happen. There's a reason why there's a countdown. There's going to be a shift. And aside from that, I've gotten other confirmations through, let's say, other YouTubers or other videos, that also we're all kind of in alignment and understanding that something is going, even just speaking to other people who are readers, something's going to happen around June. So prepare yourselves. So with that said, and once the doors are shut, and that's it for the whole summer, there's going to be a bit of chaos and turmoil. So I'm not saying this to scare anybody, not about fear mongering. I'm just preparing and sounding the alarm. So with that said, let me quickly tell you the 3 things that you can do. If you're interested in joining this group, I will put it in the description, the information of how to contact me, and you will be able to get in touch with me. If you see this, please like, subscribe, and share to boost the algorithm so that it can get to the people that it needs to get to. Comment. If you don't have nothing to say, just put 4 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, just 4 waves, and that's it, because that helps with the algorithm, and it helps to push it to get to whoever this is for. It could be for one person, but I would like it to get to whoever this is for. For some reason, Spirit got me giving the directions like this. So this is what you guys can do to help this process. If you're willing, you want to join the group, send me the information through my Facebook DM, because that's what I'll be checking, and I'll put that information in here, and I will send you the meditation to go ahead and join our group tonight. We are starting tonight. Even if you see this days later, you have up until the full 7 days, because we're working with this for 7 days. You can contact me even if it's the last day and you feel this pull and it's like, oh man, this is for me. If you feel that as you instantly watch this and you're still within the 7 days, do not hesitate to contact me. I will still send you the meditation, and you can join in at that moment. You'll at least be able to get in before the seal. So This is the best way that I could, share this light and love with you for whoever it is for. Sometimes we tend to feel guilty. Don't feel guilty if you find this 2, 3, 4 days later. You're right on time, in time, through all time, right where you're supposed to be. So don't worry about that. Just answer the call. If this call is for you, answer the call. Aside from that, there are 3 things that I always tell people what they can do, 3 instructions that I've been given from the first wave. And so the first thing is to fast in any way, shape, or form from foods, behaviors, and old habits, any way that you can. It doesn't have to be a strict fast. You know the things that your body is pulling away from. You know the behaviors and the old habits that your body is pulling away from. Now is the time to pay attention to it. Listen to your body and actually give yourself that break. Fast from it. You don't have to worry about stopping forever. Just practice fasting. The more you practice fasting, the more you'll be able to do it. That's why it's saying fast from it. Practice the fast. Second thing is to remove yourself from all low vibrational person, places, or things, wherever that may be. It could be your family. I don't care what it is. Remove yourself, especially during this time when you're doing the energetic work. Even if you end up doing it by yourself and you cannot find a group or create a group and somehow you couldn't connect to me and you end up doing it by yourself, keep to yourself. During this time, during these 7 days of manifestation, just keep to yourself and stay away, because these things will taint the energy within yourself as you're doing the work. Believe me, I'm not making this up. The third thing is raise your frequency to the highest vibration as much as you can, whatever that means for you. Exercise, singing, dancing, working with your crystals, and anything energetically, especially that raises your vibrations to the 10 times 10 times 10, 10th power and degree. Do that, and do that for these 7 days, whatever it is that makes your soul sing. Tap into that and be open to that. So those are the 3 things. Again, that's fasting, remove yourself from low vibrational places, persons, things, and raise your vibration and frequency as much as you can. Most importantly, please find a group. And I know someone asked me, like, can I do it on myself? You can, but it's not as effective. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. That's why they say where 2 or more agree. There is power in the collective. And especially after the 3rd wave, excusing the truck that's driving by, especially after the 3rd wave where they have solidified the family, the group, the soul ties, the soul tribes, the soul families. It's been solidified. So it's just a matter of you being open, doing your soul work on your end within, so you can let go of all attachments. Right now, this takes putting all of your surface level stuff on the back burner. Believe me, it's going to get worse after this, because I hear some people saying, well, I got to finish this. I got to finish this. When I'm done, time waits on no one. Not saying this to scare you. I'm just being honest. So do the work while you can now. Make the sacrifice. Put everything on the back burner and solidify yourself now, so that when that time hits and things get amped up, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. For some people, if they've been doing the soul work, things can get better. But if you are still waiting on something to get better, it's not just going to get better after that, because things are going to get worse. So it's better you line yourself up now. Line your ducks up in a row now. Everything that you're working on, like I said in my other live, put it on the back burner. If it's work, hey, back burner. If it's a relationship, hey, back burner. Whatever it is. If it's something that you doing in your career, back burner. I'm not saying don't be into it, but take the time, TTT, to go into yourself and just put it on the back burner for a few days. Just for a few days, so you can really tune in to what you need to do to help solidify you inside that grid, inside that seal. So when Noah's Ark closes, you are inside the ark, and you are working with the promise of the rainbow that is inside of you. That is your 7 chakras. Get into your own promise and do the work within yourself. And believe me, everything will be a lot easier. One of the main messages I got from this, I was going to read some of this to y'all, but I know I don't have much time. But one of the main things is things will definitely be easier for those who make it inside the sealed energetic field of the 5D New Earth. However, all is not lost to those who do not. So even if you're outside of the grid, It's not that you have no access to the grid, because when we do this work in the fourth wave, everyone all over the globe, not just my group, it's going to supercharge the energetic grid and field. So there's going to be a charge there that is going to be available for all those that are lost in the chaos. However, you have to tap in and plug in. It's almost like you got to really reach up and reach high and elevate yourself to get into that. And it's going to be harder at that time outside of the seal. That's what I'm saying. It's much easier for you if you are working on it now, especially those who have been working on it in these 90 days. All my Noahs out there that's been building their ark. Y'all know what I'm talking about. My metaphysicians have been building their ark and doing the work. You've been making the measurements cubit by cubit. You've been bringing your animals in. Those are different aspects of you in 2 by 2, which is male and female, which means harmony. God, I got a loud street, not lousy, but the harmony of the masculine and feminine. You are bringing that all into your ark, into the ark, the covenant of your ark. And then, therefore, you will see the promise of the rainbow, if you can understand that. So those of you who have been doing that, it's going to be easier for you when things get amped up around that time. Doesn't mean nothing's going to happen to us, but it's going to be easier. We're going to be able to brush it off our shoulders like, I'm in 5D. This don't even apply to me. So that's what I mean by that. And for those who are on the outside, it's just going to be a little bit harder, and you're really going to have to stretch and really do some serious soul work, and only the energy. It's between you, yourself, and the energy and the divine. It's not nobody else's business. So you're going to have to really work hard to shed some things to get into that, plug into that charge, to even get some charge from the grid to help sustain you through the chaos and the mayhem and the madness. So with that said, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Was there anything else? There's more downloads I could share, but that's for those whoever joins the group, whoever comes in, I would definitely share the downloads with you guys in the Zoom meeting, because there's more downloads and I don't have time to go through all of that. What I can tell you is that this is the final stage of ascension in the foundation building of the 5D consciousness of the new earth. Now, it is not the end of ascension. We are always ascending. However, it is the final stage it's the final step in this stage of ascending, meaning what we're doing with the 5D consciousness. So understand that and know that there will be like 3 things that we'll essentially be doing. We'll be calling out our light warriors from isolation. We'll be sealing the energetic grid, and we will be powering up the light grid so that there is a charge that you heard me speak about that will be there for those who need to tap in if they can reach it, and it's going to take some work. So that's my report to you on this next, reporting live, like someone said it. Thank you, Clay, said that this sounds like a news report. So I'm just giving you the report as I get the downloads, reporting to you live from 5D consciousness that the 4th wave is here. The 4th wave is here, and it's the final one. So get in where you fit in. Please do not let this pass you by. Do not put it off, because it is the final wave. We don't know when the next one is going to be coming, and it may not come in waves anymore. It may be coming in a different way. But as for this first foundational stage that set the foundation for the 5D consciousness, meaning we broke ground, breaking ground, setting, if you think about a house building, the structure, this is the foundation part. So the foundation will be pretty much set after this 4th wave, and this is an important one. So do your work. That's my report, reporting to you live, Akila Textry, with all my conscious chakraness. Do that work and transmute all this energy through your consciousness. That's how you do the work. If you need information on how to do it, feel free to check me out. Like I said, I will put my information here. I'm not unattainable. I do not harbor information. So I will give you whatever information you need. As long as I got the answer, I can. If I don't, I'll tell you, hey, I gotta Google that in my telepathy. I gotta Google that with the divine. So